Okay, well, welcome everybody.
Welcome to another episode of No One Knows What They Are Doing.
No one
knows what they're doing.
And we are Alecia.
Say your full thing.
Oh, okay. I am Alecia Renece.
And I am Jay Calloway Pinckney.
Oh, and we're here with episode 2 of No One Knows What They're Doing.
Well, technically it's episode 001.
How's that work?
Because the first one was 000. That was like the pilot. So we had the pilot episode, and now this is like the official first episode.
I just feel like that just kind of sets us back.
It doesn't set us back.
It's like the little progress we made. It's like, actually, the first one didn't count.
I mean, whether you want to call it the second of whatever, this is, sure, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so, but it's the second one, right?
Yeah, it's the second one.
On paper, it'll say 001. Okay, so
right.
Let's just call it 001.
Okay.
Or episode 1.
Yes.
The first one was the pilot, so you probably said the first episode and the first one we did. but this one
is the next episode of
Yay!
No One Knows What They're Doing podcast.
Clearly.
Yeah, because we don't.
We have no idea what we're doing.
Nope.
So yeah, welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back. How are you doing, Alecia Renece?
I am good. It's Sunday. I like Sunday. Sunday's kind of like a reset day.
Mm-hmm.
And, but at nighttime it gets a little sad because then it's like, no, real life.
Oh, you mean in regards to Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't really hate Mondays. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think
we spend our weekdays apart. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I think the only reason people dislike or hate Mondays is because they're doing stuff they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because if you were excited, I'm sure there's a small select few, and there may be more of people who actually like what they do.
Yeah.
So they look forward to Monday, or
yeah.
I'm sure that's what we're trying to get to in regards to entrepreneurship and stuff like that. Like every day is an exciting day. Yeah.
Right.
Because you're doing work that you love and that you enjoy to do.
Yeah.
So work isn't a burden.
Yeah.
Which is a plus, but I think it's also can be a minus because you never know when to actually turn off.
My problem. But yeah, you had to tell me today to relax and just kind of enjoy the day and let Sunday really just be a Sabbath.
Yeah, you got to take a break. Take a break. But let's get into the topic.
Well, no, but how are you? How are you? What?
That's true. I do have an existence.
Yes.
I'm good. Tomorrow's a holiday for me, so.
For you. Enjoy.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'll take the holidays when they come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do?
Work.
After you just lectured me.
Right. Well, yeah, but I enjoy it, like you said, during our work weeks, we are apart usually. Because I'm going to my day job. Yeah. And now you're going to your day job.
Yeah. Got a part-time job, guys.
Yeah. So gotta fund the dream.
Yeah.
Gotta fund the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the time apart can be it is challenging, But I mean, I think we use that time to try to be productive.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm at my day job, I'm trying to do something productive. Of course, I'm doing whatever the quote unquote man is telling me to do. I'm helping I'm helping him or them, depending on how, people feel about who's the boss. But I'm helping that company fund and fuel their dream and their passion and their goal. But if I have a moment, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my day job.
Of course.
And so Monday I'll plan on doing passion work
more
than anything. Yeah.
True. Well, I'll be at work, so make sure you can pick me up.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I am your personal Lyft.
Oh.
/ Uber.
Ow.
Rate me 5 stars. 5 stars. 5 stars.
I love when, just a side note, when Lyft drivers ask you for 5 stars. It's like, you'll give me 5 stars, right? And I'm like, yes, duh.
Car's on fire and stuff.
Right. I don't think I've ever given anybody less than 5 stars. I think I'll just do it because I respect the hustle. Like, I get it. You're out here working,
Yeah, I don't take Lyft enough.
Okay.
Does
Uber do the same thing? Like,
I believe so.
Okay, I don't have Uber.
Yeah,
I just heard it was more expensive.
I used Uber a few times, but even in my experience, the times that I've taken a Lyft hasn't been so bad.
Okay. That you have to.
Yeah, to like.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely giving you 1 star.
Right. Like the energy to have to do that is like.
Yeah.
What?
Or even if I'm getting in the car, because, you know, some people they don't want their Lyft drivers to talk to them.
That's true.
You know, they get in the car. It's like, just drive.
Right,
Don't say anything to me.
Right.
If you have to do your basic introduction, how are you? I'm good.
Yeah.
Put on whatever mood music you need to put on that's not offending me.
Right.
You know, and just drive me to my destination.
Yeah.
I'll get out. Yeah. Silence is golden. That's your 5
how you
star.
are?
Yeah. That's
okay.
No. That's how I know
how
some people are.
Okay.
The times that I've gotten into a Lyft. Mm-hmm. I'll have random conversations with people, and I don't mind it.
That's cool.
Depending on the time.
Yeah.
If I'm rushing and running around, or I really feel the need to get somewhere,
then you're less likely to talk.
But if I'm taking my time, I'll sit and talk to people. I'll ask them, how'd you get into Lyft and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if the Lyft drivers appreciate that. Sometimes it does that. I remember there was this one time I took Lyft, and the guy was a producer.
Okay. Did you hand him your mixtape or?
No.
I'm kidding.
He was playing music, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice. Mm-hmm. This is nice." He's like, "Yeah, man, I make beats and stuff." So, you know, as somewhat of a producer, mixing,
as a producer
and a mixing engineer, we were just talking. So I was just asking questions about it and stuff. So it was interesting to have that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
And then there have been times I've gotten in a Lyft. One of the last times I got in a Lyft, this guy was giving me. Like we were talking about, dang, what is that? Anyway, we were really talking about like racial injustice and stuff. Ooh. But he was an older guy, so he was dropping all this knowledge.
Black?
Yeah, he was dropping all this knowledge on me and stuff. Yeah, so I was just sitting there, I'm just soaking up the words of wisdom and stuff, and trying to ask intelligent questions. Yeah, and I was curious, but again, we're sitting in this Lyft for however long we're going to be in it. Yeah, not, you know. It's hard to continue that conversation because eventually you gotta get. He's gonna.
It's like, all right.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't feel forced.
Yeah,
you can tell like the vibe wasn't get out of my car or I gotta go. Yeah, but it was like, oh man, if there was more time, I would ask you more questions.
Yeah,
it's like,
this is a good conversation.
Yeah, and I think there were moments. He was like, I'm not trying to talk your head off. It's like, no, man, I'm interested. But I understand. You got to go. It would be awkward for us just to be sitting in this car.
Exchange numbers.
Lyft calls and stuff like that. So I wrote down some stuff that he said. So it was just interesting. But I haven't had that experience yet. But also I don't take Lyft. Yeah. Or Uber or any of those things. Often.
No, I feel you. Yeah. I don't know. Mine usually don't want to talk. So I always feel awkward. I'm like, hi, good morning. And like, hi. And I'm like.
Mood music.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Right. You know, so.
I appreciate. I don't know why we're talking about Lyft drivers, but I appreciate the Lyft drivers who take it super seriously. So they get in the car and they're offering us like, if you want some water or you
never got asked for no water.
Really?
Never.
No. Remember that there was that one time we were in New York and that one guy picks up. He was like, there's an aux cord. Or he was like, what did he say? There's a charge cords in the back and
he
stuff.
He said, I'm earning my 5 stars.
Right. He was like, there's a charge cord in the back. There's mints there in the cup thing. It was like all this stuff.
I think that one time was the only time.
Yeah. But that was
in
intense.
DC, I've never been asked, do you need to charge your phone? They don't really care. It's
I've gotten that once or twice. But when people are doing it, up like, there's a bottle of water in the back if you want one. It's well, what kind of experience are you creating here? This is Airbnb on wheels or something like that.
Listen.
Nice. Yeah.
One time, I think it was here. On the back of their sign will say why they're doing Lyft. Like, it's like, I'm lifting, to earn my degree or to pay back, loans and stuff like that. And I always find it interesting, like, how much money do people really earn?
That's true.
From lifting? And if they make a lot, do I need to, get in? Because Sally Mae is kind of like, hey.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But speaking of Sally Mae.
Silly
Sally. Serpent Sally.
Savage Sally.
Right. Ruining lives.
Yeah. Sorry. I apologize
degree
to
at a time.
Any woman out there who
what's that? Whose name is Sally?
And, I'm just apologize for the bad association that now comes with your name.
Forever. Right? Forever.
And I'm sure maybe some Sallys just own it. It's like, you know, I'm awesome. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the other Sally, but It is what it is. Yeah.
Sally is a savage.
Yeah.
And so speaking of Sally Mae, we're gonna talk about our college experience.
Yay! That is today's trending topic.
Trending topic.
Trending topic.
Trending because college is kind of a controversial kind of,
Yeah, as of late and recently because of, as you're saying, like Sally Mae and debt and things like that. There are a lot of people who are questioning.
Yeah.
Is it even worth it?
Is it valid?
Is it even worth it to go to college?
Yeah.
To go to a university of any type?
Yeah.
That's true. I mean,
what would you say? Do you think your degree and your experience and was worth it? Was it worth the money you paid and the time?
The money that I'm still paying?
No, real.
That's hard to say. Because there are certain things that we don't consider as return on investment, I think. So some of the major stuff that I've heard from other people, and I would probably say from my own life, you don't consider the relationships and things that you get from college. You don't look at that. Maybe some people is like, yeah, college is going to be the best years of your life. You're going to find your best friend and stuff like that. But then that's not guaranteed.
No.
Not guaranteed at all.
No.
Some people, they may have one or two friends from college that they still hold on to.
Yeah.
Or experiences that they hold on to that they really appreciate. Other people, now you're just dealing with the debt. Yeah. And, so everybody's college experience is different.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't have any regrets.
Okay.
I don't have any regrets. I'm grateful for my college experience. I probably would have chosen a different path in regards to my degree.
Okay.
Only because I think it would have sped up my career. It would have put me in a more direct place.
So like what?
Okay, so I majored in American Studies, which again I'm very grateful for because the degree in itself kind of relates to what I'm doing now, but not necessarily in a marketable sense.
Okay.
American Studies really...
It's okay. Just so everyone knows we're washing clothes, so if you hear any noise
if you
in the background.
Yeah, I'll edit it out as much as possible. But anyways. Okay, so I have a BA, Bachelor of Arts in American Studies. And so American Studies really challenged my perception of the world. Really challenged, my concentration was media studies. So it really challenged how I viewed media in all different aspects. So that also falls into the arts and entertainment and stuff like that we talk about, which was mind-blowing for me because that's really all my courses were about. We're sitting down and dissecting things, talking about stuff, and writing, but more importantly, developing critical thought in regards to culture around us. So all these things, how is it impacting our American culture? How is it impacting people around us? How is this influencing us in a positive or negative way? Which I think is great. I think that's a great thing to be aware of, especially now as a blogger, as a writer, as a content creator and all of that stuff. And even also as a believer, being able to question, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
Not only in a secular sense, like secular media or whatever, but also in a Christian or religious sense. So like, I can't just take stuff at face value when I understand this looks like something or this means something. This picture is representing something. This is doing this, that, so on and so forth. So it definitely opened my mind. But I guess
that was fun.
Right, yeah. Depending on, I guess, the job field that you're going into, that might not translate into pay me.
Right.
A lot of people would ask me, oh, you got a degree in American Studies, so you're a teacher. Like, no.
Right. Or historian.
Yeah. It's like, so what is it? I was like, okay, well, here I'll have to explain, briefly. But I think I would have probably chose something more like communications.
Okay.
Or there was a degree track for like broadcast journalism or something like that. I think because that's leaning way more towards what I'm doing now or what I'm aspiring to do.
Yeah.
So that might have saved me. I don't know, 6-7 years maybe. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't regret anything, but that would have changed some things. I think for me. What about yourself?
Ooh, my experience in college was one I think I needed because again, I think we talked about, maybe not, but so we're from PG County and PG Prince George's County, Maryland, and Maryland, and Maryland.
Prince George's,
yeah. Gorgeous Prince George's. No, but we're from PG County, and where I'm from, I'm specifically Upper Marlboro, and like Largo and Landover, like the surrounding kind of area, and even going down, I guess, more southern towards like Waldorf, like not quite to Waldorf, but where I am, it's predominantly Black. So I think I went to Towson University, which was a PWI, predominantly white institution. I think it really opened my eyes to how the world really works and how you're really viewed how you're really viewed from the world's perspective, like the majority's perspective. Versus like, we're all minorities here in PG County. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're the majority here. So you never have to think about being a minority. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But going to Towson really kind of opened my eyes and like, oh, this is what it's like to be, this is what it feels like to be Black.
That's what they were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Things I couldn't relate to before, I can definitely relate to now. Yeah. Really opening my eyes to see how ignorant people are. Even though you're at, this, institution where people are supposed to be gaining all this knowledge and experience, and people are ignorant as I don't know what. Yeah. Like, really understanding that and dealing with those frustrations, I think, was necessary.
Oh, yeah.
I also think I got some great relationships by way of an organization I joined. Yay. And so, though I have gained, even not from my school, but from other campuses, like forever friends. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I think that was great. I think also living on my own, you know what I'm saying? Sure, it was only like, an hour away from where from where I grew up, but it still felt like, oh, I'm doing my own thing. Like, I would be riding a bus into Baltimore City and like by myself and just exploring. So that was fun. And the activities and stuff I was a part of, like choir, it was fun for a little bit. And again, the organization I joined was a great time. Degree-wise, though, like, you know what I'm saying? So I majored in deaf studies, and so basically sign language. I don't need a degree, like, for what graduating. Okay, some jobs require that you have a degree. You know what I'm saying? Just to, I guess, to ensure that you're like well-rounded or whatever that means. Yeah. But like, for my degree, the only skill I came out with is sign language in deaf culture. Unless I'm, teaching that or using that degree to go pursue another degree, it's not really useful, job-wise. Like, it's a great skill to have, don't get me wrong. Like, I love that I can sign now. I love that I, have access to a second language. But it's like, was it really worth the thousands of dollars? Yeah. And then you already know this, but the experience I had in college was horrible. Yeah. So for those who don't, it took me 9 years to get my degree. And part of that was because of mental health, but also because of one of my teachers, one of my professors. She was hell-bent on not letting me graduate. I don't know why, because she didn't like me. So I'm like, why do you want to see me every semester? You know what I'm saying? At our school, we had the plus-minus system. Okay, yeah. Literally, like, so say you had to have a B. I had like a B minus by point something points. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. And then having to retake those courses gets really expensive. Also, financial aid is saying, you got a B minus, sis, you pass. You know what I'm saying? But the school is saying, no, you failed, you have to retake the course.
That's so weird. Like, I think about that in regards to that specific case. Yeah. The institution that's loaning you money has a different rubric and standard than your university.
That's interesting, right? Yeah. Maybe we should rethink this.
Maybe we should change some stuff. If the government is
saying you did enough to pass, why did I not pass? Right. And so because of me, using air quotes, failing those courses, getting a B minus or C or whatever, I can't progress to the next step. So those were prerequisites for other courses that I needed to graduate. Right. So then that was sometimes those courses would only be offered once a year. Right. So that would set me back a whole year. Yeah. So, I'm just in there just taking courses to get, to become a full-time student. Yeah. So it was just a very expensive experience for me. Yeah. And I think if I knew that I could gain the same skills, because the way they sold it to you was like, oh yeah, you'll come out and you'll be able to make all this money. And it's not true. Like,
do you think that in regards to, that dream that they're selling you or that plan, do you feel like you disagreed with the plan, or that you were attempting to try to follow the plan exactly. You know, because the reason I ask it that way, because sometimes we're sold this idea of the American dream and various things, and it's like follow these exact steps and everything will work out right. And that's part of the college experience. You know, that's the reason we go to college, because that's part of that sequence. You get out of high school or whatever, you go to college, the job is there. Yeah. And it's like, got you. Follow these footsteps. So in regards to the deaf studies thing, do you feel like if you would have done something, if you would have done exactly what they told you to do, you would have been set?
No, I don't. I think if they did exactly what they told me to do, the thing is I was trying to do exactly what they told me to do. Like at the beginning of your freshman year, like orientation, they give you like this paper with like, these are the classes you need to take in order to graduate or whatever. I was already behind my second semester as a freshman because there were no spaces for the classes I needed to take. So I guess because I was late enrollment, I couldn't get in the classes I needed to take to be on time for graduation. Wow. So because of that, I was taking on like 18 credits a semester trying to like, keep up. Yeah. And no, it didn't work out. Yeah. So, and also, even if I graduate with this piece of paper, a lot of the jobs that I would get, they were in human services. Right. Human services jobs don't get, they get pennies. Like, you don't get anything. They don't care if you have a degree or not. Like you're serving a community. Yeah. Again, while you gain the knowledge and all that other stuff, sure, that's awesome. But no, there's no guarantee for that. Yeah. And I think before I went in, I was like, oh, this is different. It's not your standard degree. Like, oh, you're getting, you're a biology major and this is your plan to move on, whatever. Right. Yeah. I had planned to be a teacher when I first started. Okay. And I wanted to teach sign language because I didn't have sign language at Largo. Right. And so one of my teachers from my high school told me, whatever you gain, you come back to your community, you teach it. And so I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I went to go be a teacher, but find out you can't, like, culturally, it's frowned upon to teach sign language if you're not deaf. So it's like, okay, I got to rethink my plan, So then the plan was to be an interpreter. Yeah. And so my teacher was telling me, oh, I don't think you'll do well in the community. I don't think you'll do well, in the work, the workforce or whatever. It kind of weighs on your self-esteem and you're like, well, dang, do I really suck? Like, So, I'm sure that was bad teaching, but I think I don't know if there were going to be people like her out there. I didn't want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know.
That experience itself kind of just turned you off.
Oh, yeah. So literally halfway through, I was just I just wanted my piece of paper. I just want my piece of paper. I just want to leave.
I just want to be done.
Yes.
What degree would you have pursued?
If like nothing was a problem, like ideally?
Yeah, ideally. Okay. Like, so like looking at where you are now, what do you think would have been the appropriate degree to fit the trajectory that you because as I was saying in regards to my journey, I didn't know this is exactly where I was going to be. Yeah. But if I chose something else, it would have got me here a little bit faster. Yeah. I think it would have got me here a little bit faster. Yeah. Because I would have experienced certain stuff and it would have put me in, kind of brought me up to speed a little bit better. So what do you think where you are now in regards to
what I wish I...
Yeah, like even just specifically now in regards to your entrepreneurship as an artist and all that stuff and all the things that you're trying to accomplish now, do you think there would have been a particular degree that may have helped you get there sooner?
Creative writing, definitely. Like I wanted to major in creative writing since I was like in middle school. But the story is you don't make no money doing creative writing. Like it's not a smart thing to do. I think I would have also majored in music, probably like vocal performance. But my thing, I can't read music, And I took one, what do you call it? Music survey or something like that. Sure. It's like whatever class you take to learn about like notes and all that is like just basic stuff.
Like music theory and sort of stuff?
Music theory, yes. Okay. I struggled. And I was like, dang, like will I ever be, a great musician? I can't even, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, I like to sing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can, if you give me the note, if you give me the ideas, I can do it. I just can't put it on paper. Yeah. But they're telling you, oh, you won't be a great musician if you don't do that. So that was kind of discouraging. But if that wasn't a problem, if I could like dedicate time, because I couldn't dedicate the time I wanted to because I was so focused on deaf studies. So if I dedicated the time, definitely creative writing and definitely, or I guess English with a focus in creative writing. Yeah. And then music with a focus in vocal performance.
Wow.
Yeah. If I had to do it all, that's what I would do.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
What about you?
The broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the broadcast journalism probably. And
that's
probably,
the only thing?
Well, broadcast journaling and maybe some kind of minor in communication or... Because I don't know if it would be English in regards to writing.
Okay.
Probably more like communications. Okay. So broadcast journaling, communications.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah. I wish I can go back and do it, but it's expensive and I don't have time.
No. At this point... Because the thing is, a lot of... At least within the realm that we're pursuing in regards to the arts... You don't necessarily need a degree.
You don't.
Sure, it's helpful. And I'm sure there are many people who have benefited from getting a degree, depending on the kind of track and trajectory that they're going on. But everything that I'm doing now, is not related to my degree.
Yeah.
It's everything that I've learned from just developing experience.
Yeah.
Signing up for, a certain club or a hobby or something, or serving in a particular ministry and realizing that I can write this down and put it on my resume.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually a skill. This is actually something that works. And my mentor once told me that, a college degree only just says you're competent. Like, that you can actually, like, follow directions and things like that. It doesn't necessarily show how great you are and something. Doesn't necessarily show your skill level. It just shows that you can follow directions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the whole, when they give you the rubric in the beginning of the syllabus in the beginning of the semester, it's like, these are the assignments you need to do. Yeah. These are the tests you need to pass if you have tests. Yeah. And that's all you need to do to pass. It has nothing to do with like individualistic, betterment or empowerment. It's like, no, just meet these requirements and whatever.
Right, yeah.
Literally, I'll learn stuff and forget it after the semester's over. After I take that final, I don't need to know none of this anymore.
The night before sometimes.
Right, for real. Like, and I think like what is it called? Like the Common Core? What are the classes you have to take? It's like prerequisites, but it's like, you have to take a math, you have to take a science. Yeah. I think that's a waste of time and money. Like, I literally came from high school. I feel like that was my well-rounded education. I'm paying you now. Like, yeah. Because literally, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could take more of classes I need to succeed. Yeah. But you're keeping me here. I kind of feel like that's a scam.
Yeah, no, I think that's true, especially depending on the type of major that you're doing. Like, I can understand if you're an engineer or something and you're learning.
But that's included in the course requirements,
track right? But if I'm doing a Bachelor of Arts and you're saying I have to take this kind of stuff.
For why?
Right, exactly. Because, how long is your, I forget what it's called. So if you include like elementary school, middle school, high school.
And college?
Yeah. Well, not even college. All that stuff before. So 6, elementary and secondary education.
12, right? 12. No, sometimes it's 13 for people.
Yeah. So 12 to 13 years of learning the basic.
Oh, no. Kindergarten. You're right.
Sure.
That's 13 years.
Yeah. So that range, I don't know if people skip stuff or skip grades or whatever. But that introductory, that introductory basic foundation stuff of life.
We've done this already.
Yeah. I should be good enough to survive in life. For the basic stuff.
Seriously.
And then college should be helping me narrow
exactly
what I'm supposed to be doing or career-wise. So that's interesting. Yeah.
And then I don't always trust their opinion either, because I graduated from high school, doing trigonometry. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Getting all A's in trigonometry. Yeah. And I'm really good at math. Yeah. Or I was. I don't know if I am anymore. But at the time I was really good. Yeah. Like, no, seriously. Yeah. And so when I went to college, they had me take Algebra 2, and I'm like, I've already done this. Like, you can see my transcripts. I don't need to take Algebra 2 anymore. But, they make you take a math. Yeah. And the professor had a preference for how she liked her math to be done and written out. Right. You know how they want you to show your work? Yeah. She wanted me to show my work a certain way, and but I didn't do it that way. And we all got the same answers. Right. And so she would penalize me to take points off because I didn't do it her way. And I'm like, is this college or is this like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
13th grade.
Why do I have to do this the way you tell me to do it? Like, and I think from that point on, I feel like I'm kind of a rebel in that sense when it comes to why do I have to do it this way? Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if this works for me, and I'm showing you my work, like I'm not cheating. Yeah. Like, if I get the same thing and I do step 3 in front of step 2, and you want to do like step 2 in front of step 3, what does it matter? Like, at that point, it becomes your ego. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of professors have ego issues. True. And I don't have time for that. Like, I'm paying you thousands upon thousands of dollars for you to tell me how to work out a problem. Right. Anyway, but Sorry, I could go on
no
forever.
That's understandable, because I mean, I think that's a, as we're touching on this trending topic of whether or not to go to college, and even if it's worth it in regards to the return of investment and the stuff that comes afterwards, which in most cases is student loans and stuff like that. For a lot of people, I think there are a lot of people who are frustrated with that, who are frustrated with the system, whether they're students or whether they're parents of students, who are either helping their kids deal with the debt or seeing the burden that is putting on their kids. And a lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people are angry at the system that seems to not be working. This plan that was sold, or it plan
worked back then.
A plan that worked at a period of time, and now the system has changed. It's more like, oh, we're going to send you through the system, not necessarily to help you, but we're going to send you through the system to gain profit from you.
Right.
Which, is terrible.
Essentially, that's because you're telling kids, like, oh, yeah, this will happen. And this is, I love how they have the little rates. Oh, yeah, these are the employment rates after people graduate. And it's like, but you don't say whether or not people get employed in their area of study or not. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, I could get a job at McDonald's after I graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't mean that, I'm successful because, I mean, using air quotes, successful. With my degree. That's how they sell it. And, and it's kind of like it's frowned upon if you don't go to college now. Like, if you don't go to college, like, oh, what are you doing with your life? And it's celebrated, but no one really talks about the bondage that you come out of college with for a lot of people. Some people have scholarships, bless you. That's amazing. But for most people, financial aid is not trying to give nobody nothing. Like beans. How am I supposed to, how does this work? You know? I don't think, if someone were to ask me if it's worth it to go to college, one, I would ask them first of all, what is your goal in life? Like, what is your goal? Then I would try to figure out, do you really need a degree to do this? Because just like for ASL, I didn't need a degree to learn ASL. I could take community classes. Go into the community itself, the deaf community, learn that way. That's the best way to learn. Then, for stuff like, becoming a doctor, okay, you have to go to college. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, there's no getting,
if you're a doctor, please go.
Like, there's no getting around that. But for a lot of people, I just feel like there needs to be some sort of alternative. You know what I'm saying? Either created or I feel like there are alternatives, but they're not getting like the funding or like the fame that they need for people to be like, hey, there's another option.
I mean, I think in regards to college, I think I would encourage people to go to a trade school first. Honestly,
you don't really hear much about them anymore.
No, because I think they're frowned upon because a lot of
it's a lesser.
Like it's a lesser thing because most of the trades are kind of like blue collar kind of stuff. So might be like a mechanic or a facilities engineer.
And there's so much respect in that.
Yeah, like, there is. If you understand how important those people are and the things that they do, like that's a serious thing. Like, don't disrespect the people who are like running all this stuff that you have, because you think about it, it's like, oh, well, doctors make so much money. Well, there's somebody making sure the air conditioner is working there and making sure the plumbing is working. Like, respect that. And so I think that would be a better plan, to actually have people really learn how the world works. Even if it was only for 2 years, like kind of that maybe, associate's degree kind of thing, like learn a trade, learn a craft that you can make money so you can understand how the world works in regards to money, instead of spending 4 years. I mean, I don't know, this is the only way I can spending 4 years kind of dream chasing.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't have anything against dream chasing. But
it's an expensive time to dream chase.
Yeah, it's an expensive time to dream chase. And to try to convince people that their dream is guaranteed afterwards. But if you teach somebody a trade, and at the same time, maybe you're teaching them a trade and you're giving them those introductory kind of courses. At the same time, so they are skilled in a trade and they have an associate's degree. At this point, they can be like, well, I like my trade, I can keep going. Or, along with it. So I have this trade, I have this skill that I could actually go and do work. I can actually get employed somewhere. I can do something. And if I want to continue my college time, I can. And I don't necessarily have to have all this debt. I can go in, do work, have something. And if I want to keep dream chasing, or if I want to keep getting a further degree. At least I have my associate's degree. So now I don't have to go and spend 4 years somewhere else. I can go to a college or a university and spend 2 or 3 years focusing on that. But I also have a job. I also have something of use instead of like, all right, well, I got this degree. And sure, I mean, I think a lot of people want to frown on Bachelor of Arts degrees, things that are like liberal arts and stuff like that. But still, regardless, nothing's guaranteed.
No, nothing.
So if I can focus on, well, let me actually develop a marketable skill.
Yes.
Focus on that. Get some of the basic stuff that I need to say, okay, yeah, I'm degreed. Then give me the option. Give me the choice. Like equip me to actually be productive and profitable in life, in the marketplace. Yeah. And then from there, I can build whatever I want to build. Yeah. Whether I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to continue my trade, or I want to just go out. I want to do something else. I really do want to pursue this dream or something like that. But now I have the solid work to do that kind of stuff. And I mean, I think maybe talking to our parents and maybe the generation before them, I think there was that option. You know, I remember hearing, well, I'll use this example. Okay. So, you know, in Grease, the movie Grease, they had that kind of thing while they were in high school. You could go and learn how to become a mechanic. Right. There was a course for that. Right. You know, and you learn and develop it. And now you get out, you can go and do some work. Yeah. You know.
And they didn't have that. I was listening to a radio program and they were talking about schools in DC, like back in like the 80s and the 70s. Yeah. They had classes like that too. Yeah. I don't remember them having any courses like that in my high school. Like it was just kind of like, it was pushed on us like, no, college is success out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like there was I remember it was either the military or college. Those were the only two options that were ever given to us. It wasn't like, oh yeah, you know, these are your options. You don't have to do this. You don't. And then be careful because even if you go to community college, that doesn't mean your university will take all the credits. That's how I know it's a scam. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not right. Yeah. But those options weren't given to us. And maybe at other schools they are.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But not for Largo. Not that I
while you were there,
anyway.
Yeah, no. I don't really remember that. If it was at Northwestern. It may have been, but I can't remember.
Y'all were fancier though. Y'all had like things, you know?
We had things?
Yes. Would y'all have like AV Club or something? Or I'm pretty sure Largo may have had that. I'm not sure though. I doubt it.
It might have been. You know,
I could be very wrong.
It might have been small. You know, it might have been somebody was doing the morning announcements.
Somebody.
That was
my goal was to get on the morning announcements. I wanted to be on morning announcements so bad, just so I could say fresh fruit and cold milk.
Oh my gosh.
Fruit juice and cold milk.
Well, now you can live your dream.
Here we go.
Here, go ahead.
Fruit juice and cold milk. I loved that line. I waited for that line every morning. I don't think in high school they had morning announcements, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they didn't say the lunch. I know that much.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think anybody cared that much about lunch.
In elementary school, they used to give you this little calendar with the meals. You remember? Did y'all have that?
We probably did.
I'm like, oh my God, it's upside down day. We getting breakfast for lunch.
I do remember that there was a calendar. I don't think I ever paid attention to it though.
Come on, Jamiel.
I wasn't looking forward to
lunch.
I mean, of course, eating, but I don't think there was ever.
That was my highlight of the day. Sometimes
I don't think there was. I can't remember a day that I was like, "Yo, I'm so excited for whatever this lunch." It might have been like pizza day.
Yeah. Oh yes.
But
with the cheese and the crust.
See, okay.
Listen. Ooh.
My experience with pizza.
Oh god.
And we're going on a tangent, but anyways, we might move on to the next one. But my experience with pizza, where they would get like these square, like almost perfectly square French bread pizzas almost. Okay. I just remember the cheese being hard and the pizza being dry. So I don't remember pizza day. Right. Pizza. I don't remember pizza day ever really being that exciting because it's like, yo, why is this pizza so hard? Yes. But I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat it.
Yes. It's enough.
Right. Yeah.
It's good enough to eat.
This is acceptable.
Right.
But mad respect to the lunch ladies.
Oh, yes. Mad respect. Yeah. Lunch ladies be looking out sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. And giving you extra stuff sometimes.
Listen, if they like you, you don't get no problems. Yeah. Here, just, take this extra apple crumble. Yeah. Oh, thank you, girl. Oh, God. Yes. All but right. Anyway. Yeah. So back on.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. Was there anything else you wanted to say about that?
I think college is good for when it's good, but I also think it's bad. I think it just promises more than it can deliver. Yeah. And I think it's just a very expensive experimentation. With life. Because, you're 18. What do you know about loans? I didn't know anything about loans. What do you know about finance? What do you know about the job market in 4 years? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Like, that's important, too.
What?
Yeah.
Like, you're really trusting, and that's why loans I consider predatory. Like, you're trusting an 18-year-old with hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes. You know, even $20,000. Right. Are you kidding me?
Right. Yeah.
My resume says I just worked at McDonald's. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Applebee's that summer. There's no way that I can fund, you know what I'm saying, the loan. But they give it to you because they want you to be, tied to them for the rest of your lives. Right. Stuff like that, and then... Again, like all these courses and stuff. So yeah, no. If we have kids, I'm gonna be like, listen, there are other options. Oh yeah. You don't have to do this.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, no.
Definitely not. Or if it's necessary for them to do it, or if they want to go on the track, we got to find a more affordable way.
Yes.
For them to do it.
Yes.
Because.
And side note, I was listening to something recently, and somebody was talking about, millennials sometimes. First of all, please stop labeling. Stop it. Like because. There's nothing good that ever comes after millennials. Like,
at this point now,
you know what I'm saying? It's like millennials ruined everything.
It's all your fault.
Exactly. Millennials. We're not going to talk about the baby boomers that came before us and ruined it you just whatever. Listen, it's a fallen world. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, anyway.
No one knows what they're doing. Everybody.
No one knows what they're doing. They just want to blame everybody. So anyway, we're just the youngins. We're just, naive. We're whatever. Yeah. They said that millennials... that we're lazy when it comes to college. Like, they're in debt because they didn't apply for scholarships. Do you know how many scholarships I applied to? Yeah. I got one $500 scholarship freshman year for books that literally almost didn't cover my books. Right. So it's like, we're not going to play this game like, the money's out there. Where is it? Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. Like... I'm a minority. I'm a woman. Yeah, I come from a single parent home. Right. Where are these scholarships? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No.
And I mean, some people I think there may have been a handful of people who, I know one person in particular that I remember their summer or whatever. That's all they did.
Apply for scholarships?
Yeah.
How'd they come out?
I think they did okay.
Okay.
I don't think it covered everything.
Of course
but
not.
That's still... Yeah. Because I know they give you I'm assuming they still do, those books, those thick books.
That's what I used. Yeah.
And you can go from cover to cover.
Yes.
Applying and writing and trying to get this money that again is not guaranteed.
Yeah, no.
And, that's, I mean, hey, some people do it and it works out, I guess.
God bless you.
Yeah. That's just intense.
Envious.
Right. But yeah, no, let us know what you think. Yeah. Do you think college is worth it? Do you think it's important? What about your own college experience?
Yeah.
Let us know.
We want to hear it.
Right. What would you change about it? Did you enjoy your college experience? Do you feel like if you took out student loans, do you think you got the return on your investment?
Right.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
And also, if you have kids, are you going to push your kids towards college?
Right. Yeah.
Towards a trade.
Right.
Or entrepreneurship.
Yeah, or any other thing. Right.
Other.
Right. Any other ideas that you may have.
Yeah, let us know.
Yes, please do.
Yay.
All right. On to the next thing.
On to the next one. Okay. So, as we talked about coming out of college, the things that we're pursuing now kind of don't line up with our degrees.
Yeah, not.
I mean,
not really.
Yeah, no. Mine don't. But we both consider ourselves artists. Yeah. Right? So why do you consider yourself an artist? Like, what drew you to artistry? Like, when did you discover that you were like, oh, snap, I'm an artist?
I think I still wrestle with that, actually.
Okay.
Taking the ownership of that kind of label.
Yeah.
Or that identity. Because usually when you think of an artist, you think of like the really creative person. They might have wild hair. They don't do this or that. It's like all these imagery that we get from, media and culture. It's like, oh, that guy's an artist. He's just out there. He's just out there. And I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that sometimes. Like maybe in my mind, I'm like, I'm a little creative. I like to do stuff from time to time. But to fully take on that label as artist, sometimes I don't know, maybe if it's that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a poser. Like I was like, yeah, I'm an artist. Oh, what have you done then? Like let me see your resume. Are you doing this? Your hair is not crazy. What's going on? You don't have any tattoos. Oh snap! I must not really be an artist. I feel bad. So
you're fake,
right? But I think in regards to an artist, it's somebody who creates something. Yeah. This is my personal take on who an artist is or what an artist is. Is like you create something that falls in a not only creative space, but it's usually something that's shared with people that can either inform or entertain. Yeah. So a lot of people can be artists. But you're taking your personal experiences or your personal observations of the world, and you're trying to package it in some way to share it with other people. Yeah. So that can include, you break it down into like visual artists, and then you can have literary artists. So you have your writers and bloggers and stuff. And then you have, which may be a part of visual arts, actors, and then you have your musical arts and all that kind of stuff. But it's just the idea of I'm going to take my experience, I'm going to package it a certain way, and then share it with people. That's I think a general definition for artist for me. So that's my intent, is to be able to take my experiences and put them in a way for people to consume them. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I was just thinking about your definition. I think that's a good definition. I think.
Let's hope so. I'm sure somebody's going to be out there.
No, I'll look it up for us.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
But no, I do think when you say you're an artist, like there's a kind of pressure that comes with like, oh, you're an artist, and then like, oh, what kind of artist? Yeah. And then I think for me, like the struggle can be like, I've said this before, like being multi-passionate. Like, okay, I just say artist now because I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm a writer. Like, what is the scene from Coming to America? The girl at the table when they're interviewing all the potential girlfriends. Yeah. And like she's like, yeah, I want to write my own movies, and then I want to star in them, and then I also want to be a singer and a dancer. Like, so whenever I tell people, like, and I get it, like it's supposed to be funny, but that's real people's lives.
Yeah.
And why is that less? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like respected than someone who has like one thing. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So when people ask me, I'm just like, yeah, an artist, and it depends on the day what kind of artist. Yeah. But yeah, I think the first time I really thought about being an artist, I think my mom was talking about my room. It was really messy. And she was like, I think it was my mom, or might be my dad, whoever. My room was I'm a very messy person. I'm clean. There is a difference.
Yes.
I am a clean person.
Sure.
But my stuff is everywhere.
No, yes, you're
okay?
Clean. Yeah.
I don't do dishes out on the bed and I can't.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Messy and dirty are two different things.
This is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes. Make that distinction.
Yes.
Okay. So my room was really, really messy. My clothes were everywhere. They were clean. My clothes were everywhere and stuff like that. And so one of my parents came in my room and was like, your room's so messy. You're such an artist. And so there was like a negative connotation to artist. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, you're an artist. Yeah. It's like, you're an artist. Like, get your stuff together. Yeah. Almost making it seem like artists are always scatterbrained and like all over the place, and then meeting you, like you're not, like you're very organized. You're very everything has its place. I have a formula, I have a pattern, and just very neat and tidy. And I'm like, okay, so artists, are not just this, one end of the spectrum, but like everything in between. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if we talk about creativity, even that, I feel like everybody's creative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody's creative.
Yeah.
If you're broke and you need $5, you're gonna find a creative way to get $5.
Go ahead and shift these couch cushions real quick.
I'm saying, right?
Find something.
Or you gotta jerry rig your hoopty. That's creativity.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like that's artistry to me. So art is not just. I feel like art is everything.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think, especially now, as more people are using kind of somewhat
trendy
buzzwords, so like creative. And I think that people are just identifying humans.
Yeah.
Because that's just
we're all creative.
Yeah, it's just everybody. Some of the not base things, but things that I think just run and naturally in people is creativity, artistry, and even entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
they all intertwine.
Yeah.
We don't, at least I think in our society, we don't look at it that way. Because we like to categorize things in a particular way. So it's like, well, no, that person's a scientist, so they can't be an artist. And that's how people think, though. They'll
like they're opposites.
Right. So it's like, oh, I work in corporate America. I'm not an artist.
No.
What makes you think that? Well, because I only do this, this, and this. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Do you copyright? Do you write?
Right. You do stuff. Like
emails?
Right. You create something. You have to format and form things in a particular way.
I don't like doing.
Right.
So.
It's just like, oh, well, but no, I'm not an artist. And I think that's bad because it stifles people. And on the same spectrum, even with artists, and maybe we'll touch on this today or in a different place, there's the stigma or the idea that, you know, artists equate negative things, and a part of that negative thing is broke.
Yes.
So all artists equal broke.
We should do a whole thing on that.
You know, so you have the idea of the starving artist and things like, so, well, you know, an artist, they can't even handle this kind of stuff. They can't be, because that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true.
And I think if we take both, artists, entrepreneur, business, and all these things and fuse it together, then you just have an awesome person. But we want to but we want to separate it. Yeah. So it's like, oh no, I just have to do corporate stuff. I just have to do this. Or I'm an artist. I can't do business stuff. Right. You may have strong points and whatever, strong strengths and weaknesses.
And interests.
And interests. But don't think just because you took a title or you're taking this identity that you cannot do something else. Any artist, really, if you get to the core of it, you have to be a business person. Yeah. On some level or not.
I hate it.
Yeah. I mean, you hate it. And then any other business person, you got to be creative. Yeah. You got to be creative. You have to be an artist. You have to create something. Yeah. One, because if you don't have a product, you got to figure out a way to, how am I giving somebody something so I can run this business? And it goes back and forth. Yeah. But if we keep separating them,
putting these little boxes, even like lawyers, lawyers, to come up with a case, to do all this research, you're basically crafting a story, you're crafting a compelling, you're a writer, you're a storyteller, you know what I'm saying?
Probably even an actor in some sense, because you have to I mean, not even acting in like in a lying sense, but acting in like,
I thought you meant lying sense.
No, I mean, well, you know, maybe but like delivering information in a compelling way, because you could have all of the facts and all of that information, and you can just read it off. Yeah. You're not convincing nobody. No. But you're trying to convince somebody. You're trying to literally persuade people, whether it's the judge, whether it's the jury, whatever. Yeah. You have to do that. There's lots of communication. There's lots of theatrics that may come with it. You know, so that...
Pulling on heartstrings, you know what I'm saying? Like... Yeah. So art is everywhere. Yeah. Art is in everything. You're a gardener, you're an artist. Yep. You're a lawyer, you're an artist. Yeah. You're, you know, a writer, you're an artist. Yeah. And I feel like if we, like you said, if we were all open to, even for me, like, okay, now I'm an artist, sitting with that and like, okay, accepting it, you know? Yeah. And trying not to worry about, that comes, like we already talked about, that comes with its own, like, okay, now I feel like I have to perform at this level because I'm an artist now and I have to, no, but there are other parts of me too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like you said, integrating those parts together. Yeah. Why do I have to compartmentalize myself? Right. Like, I'm just me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just me. Yeah. And I have to learn the business parts. And hopefully at some point, if I'm not always focused on the artistry, then the business part will get better. Because if I don't have good business skills, how are people going to, you know what I'm saying? How am I going to live off my art? You know? Yeah. So.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Let's look up the definition of artist.
Okay.
Sorry, I just want to look it up. No, that's cool. A person who produces paintings or drawings. First of all, what is this? Let me go to Merriam-Webster.
Okay, where were we at? Dictionary.com?
Yeah.
True.
I was like, what? Okay. An artist. One skilled or versed in learned arts, such as physician, artisan. One who professes and practices an imaginative art, a person skilled in one of the fine arts, a skilled performer, one who is adept at something, like a con artist. Yeah. So, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So, your initial question was, what was it again?
What drew you to art? How did you, like, learn that you're, like, an artist?
What drew me to art? I think, okay, so the two things that I can think of maybe 3 that really drew me to wanting to be involved. I'll say that first. To be involved in art is cartoons, movies, and books. I think seeing the stuff, just seeing good movies, seeing really lots and lots of cartoons, that got me interested in acting, got me interested in storytelling, got me interested in even audio and music and things like that. And then reading books. I know specifically after reading books, feeling inspired to write.
Whether good writers are good readers.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if I'm still reading good stuff, but anyway. But I don't know. For some people, I think they're okay with reading it and that's it. You know, it's like, wow, I feel satisfied with this. But for me, okay, so specifically, I remember during middle school, there was a book series by K.A. Applegate called Everworld. Okay. She is the same author of Animorphs, which is probably her more popular series. I don't like Animorphs, but that's just me. Okay. But I really enjoyed Everworld. I remember just constantly consuming the books, but also knowing that after I finished reading them, I wanted to write. Yeah. Whatever ideas I had in my mind, I wanted to write them down. I wanted to create my own stories. I wanted to mimic what I saw. And the same thing in regards to movies and cartoons and stuff like that. I wanted to mimic the voices. I wanted to mimic the ideas. Like, they inspired me to think of other stuff. It's like, what about this? What about this? What about this? Yeah. And it wasn't just, oh, I'm just consuming it. And it's like, oh, this is just funny. But it's just like, okay, I'm seeing this. I don't know. I'm seeing this movie. It has dragons in it. What about dragons everywhere else? It's like, okay, this is cool. Dragons other places. All right, I'm going to write down some ideas about dragons and things like that or whatever. Those things in some way or some fashion triggered me to want to do the same. I want to be this in this movie. My mom probably has them somewhere. I would make my own little home movies. Yeah. You know, I had action figures and stuff. It's like, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do my own storyline. I'm going to make my own special effects and stuff like that. I'm going to figure it out because I want to mimic this. I want to create this again. Like, I want these stories that I have here, even if I'm making up stories on the spot. Yeah. I want to do this. Even with, you know, hanging out with friends. We're going to recreate this story. We're going to act it out. We're going to do it the way we want to do it. And I think that's what drew me, just the idea of being able to be a part of what I saw, whether it's in my own way or however. That's what I wanted to do. And I was just drawn by, I guess, whatever good art that I saw at the time. But definitely movies, cartoons, and books. Those are the things that stood out to me the most. Yeah.
That's cool.
And yourself?
For me, so I love to read. I was also fascinated with Black history. True. More specifically, slavery. And there was a write-a-book contest before I even read about the slavery story. I wrote about, I was an only child for 7 years, so I was very lonely. So there was a write-a-book contest at our school, and so I would write all the time, like in my journal, and my mom helped me write my first book. Like, I was like, oh my God. You know, not only can I read these awesome stories, I can create them. Like, right. So my first thing was definitely writing and reading. And reading, like you said, kind of inspired me to want to write my own version of something or my own take on something. Yeah. So writing, I would do like little plays in school in the class with my classmates and share it with them and stuff. And it was really cool. Then I got really interested in music and singing, and my dad used to have this old Casio keyboard, and you know, you would press little buttons, and like, you know, it would light up, and you would learn how to play the piano and stuff. And I was just fascinated with this idea that you could create music, you know. And so I would make up my own little songs, or the piano would have the songs on there, and I would just make up my own words to the songs that were already on there. Yeah. So still writing and now creating music. Right. So yeah, that was like in elementary school. Like it was. I was like, I wanted to be a famous singer. Like when I wanted to be like, I wanted to be famous. Yeah. Like I wanted to be, because I guess I thought that is what success is as a singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like to be on Disney Channel at the time.
Yeah,
and do concerts. Like that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah, writing and singing has always been like, for as long as I can remember, has always been my thing. Yeah. And with the singing, like all my family sings. You know what I'm saying? On my mom's side, like all of them sing. Yeah. Like they sing. Yeah. So when we go to Philly to go visit family, I'd be at their little concerts. I'd be at their concerts and they'd be tearing up. Yeah. And you know, it'd be my mom, my aunt, my grandma, and you know, my granny would sing along. I don't really know if she was like a singer though. Right. But my grandmother, most definitely, my Auntie Jackie, my Auntie Marty, too. Like, she was a singer, too. And my mom. Like, all three of them, all three sisters, and my grandma, like, they sang. Right. So, like, you know, I was like, I want to do that.
Right,
like,
yeah.
That's amazing, you know?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
What?
No, I find it interesting because I think typically when people are artists, their influence... Their more immediate direct influence is their family. Okay. So, particularly like your story, they're singers in your family.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that starts you off. I think about my own experience. There aren't many directly impacting me, like my immediate family. There aren't that many artists.
Okay.
Not that I know of. You know, for writing. I think my mom helped me. She helped me a lot introducing me to writing, and then also which stuff that kind of led me to this AV and then I guess podcasting and all this kind of stuff. She introduced me to that, but I never knew anything about if she had an interest in writing.
Yeah.
I don't remember her ever sharing any stories with me. I don't remember anything like that. Like I don't remember even my sister or anybody like that. I can't think of anybody that was like, I want to be like this person.
Yeah.
But just like you said about being a famous singer, there were points I wanted to be a famous author. Like this is going to be my dream. I was going to write best-selling book or whatever, and that's going to be great. You know, and maybe still is. I don't know. We'll see. You know, if it's it'll
happen.
Yeah. But I think that's just interesting that pool is there regardless.
Yeah.
Because, you have your typical stories. It's like, well, everybody in their family was a singer. Everybody. So that makes sense why they are famous. That makes sense why they are successful in this. And then you have those random outliers.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And they tear up.
Right. Nobody did anything. Yeah. And either they, you know, God endowed them with some gift or they were so passionate about it that they did the work. Yeah. And they established.
The work. That's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I think people think... And side note, my dad did sing too. Okay, I'm not gonna not give him his little shine. Give him credit. Right, exactly. No, he did sing too. But yeah, I think people think you either have to be born with success to be. You have to be born with the talent to be successful.
Yeah.
But they don't consider like the work.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people who are really talented, like I know a lot of people who are talented, but they don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? For it's like, what are you doing? Like, you know,
that's true.
Some people think it should land in their lap, and some people. You know, I don't know. I guess they are committed to the work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, discouragement or not, like, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So why are you pursuing arts now?
What? Okay. I think I'm pursuing it now. I think I just accepted it. I think my journey, again, I'm not old. I'm not that old, but just looking back on where God has brought me from this far.
Yeah.
Even though, like I just mentioned, in my immediate family, there wasn't necessarily, or that I'm aware of, there aren't necessarily artists like that. I have, as of God know that, I have been exposed to find out that there are actors and writers and stuff in my distant family and stuff like that. But those people are amazing. They're great. Even though that wasn't there in my immediate house, I've been surrounded by artists.
Yeah.
All my life.
Yeah.
My closest friends are all artists.
Yeah.
It's like I can't get away from them.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm trying to.
Yeah.
But I've considered or I've looked into other paths. So going to college, my plan was I'm going to be an engineer. That didn't That didn't work out.
Ooh,
I mean,
so far.
Yeah, no, it didn't work out because like
you're kind of an engineer.
Yeah,
though.
in the kind of like the academic sense or whatever.
I feel you. Yeah.
Because I don't like math, so I was.
Well, yeah, that's...
yeah. But I was gonna go on that science tech route, like focus on that. So like computer science, engineering, computer programming, things like that. Mm-hmm. No, it didn't fit. Mm-hmm. It just didn't fit for me. Mm-hmm. Trying sports. Mm-hmm. My family that's probably their thing. Mm-hmm. Sports. Okay. Like both my parents played sports, things like that. My older sister played sports. I played sports a little bit, but it didn't stick. Yeah. It wasn't really there. And I mean, it's like, okay, I'm just going to not do this. And then you can have, so you got sports, and then you got the science and tech stuff. And then you have people that are really focused on academics and academia and stuff. I wasn't really that book smart. I mean, I think I did okay.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you now.
Right. I think I did okay, but I think I got 1 4.0 in my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, for some people it's like, what? You got 1 4.0? You crazy? But, I got
who are these people?
I don't know who these people are. Don't ask these questions. They're real people, though. That's funny. They're real people. I just don't know who they are.
Okay. Haven't met them yet.
Right. Haven't met them yet. But, and I think once I did, I do remember when that happened to me. This was in middle school. And when that happened to me, I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to study. I'm going to do really well. Because at that point I was like, I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to like get a perfect score in the SATs. I'm going to always have a point. That joint didn't last long at all. Yeah. Got to high school. I don't even remember what SAT scores are now. Dang. Like I just remember I graduated. That's about it.
That's all that matters. Okay.
And part of that experience is my 4 years in high school. I was hanging around the artsy kids. Yeah. That's all we were doing. We were like making movies and stuff. And in the last episode, I mentioned to you about trying to be a rap artist. Yeah. So that there was that, and
we won't speak of those times.
We won't speak of those times. Okay. But everything I was doing, it was in the creative sense. Yeah. Like I was hanging out again with the arts kids.
Making movies and skits.
Making movies and skits, hanging out. I was in plays in the drama club and stuff like that.
Really good.
Thanks. I was in drama club, theater stuff, AV club, doing all this kind of stuff. None of this stuff related to necessary academics, because all the stuff I was doing, I wasn't even really taking classes for them. I remember I may have took 1 or 2 drama classes. I didn't really take. So we had an AV class or course, right? I didn't take the class. Yeah. I hung out with my friend who was in the class.
Experience is the best teacher.
Right. And I just gained experiences. I hung out in the graphic design class. I don't think I may have took the graphic design class. Yeah. But I don't remember. Yeah. I remember other people were taking it and they had projects and things. I just hung out with them. Yeah. That's how I learned a little. That was my introduction to Photoshop and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't remember taking a class though. Yeah. I just remember going. They're in there. Fancy. This is cool. Yeah, I mean,
we didn't have all this. So.
Yeah, I mean, but the point is, the point is, I wasn't in the direct path. Yeah, I learned and gained a lot of my experience by association. Yeah. I wasn't on that track. I was just near it. Yeah, and I mean, I'm grateful for it. A lot of stuff that I learned, I am where I am because of that association. Yeah. Not because I followed this right path or anything like that. It's just because I was around
the right people.
Right. Yeah. Around the right people. And I mean, of course, I'm going to attribute that to God. Yeah. He put me in those places to be around those people who are doing those things. And like, that was the thing they were doing. Yeah. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to hang out and let me see what I learned. I'm going to ask you questions about it. I'm going to figure out how to do it myself. I'm going to teach myself how to do this. But I'm not taking the classes. I'm not submitting projects. I'm not getting grades or anything. I'm just doing it because I think it's cool. Yeah. And, I think in regards to choosing to be an artist, I don't think I could escape it. It was just there. And, I liked it. I'm around all these. I was interested in all this stuff. Yeah. I think it's cool. I'm around other people who do it. They like it. why fight anymore? Why try to be something that doesn't clearly, anything else, I don't think it would line up with who God has designed me to be.
Yeah.
So I think I just accepted it. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
And not in the sense of like settling or like, oh, dang, God got me.
Right.
I can't do anything about it. But it was just like, okay, if this is my design, if this is what I'm supposed to do, well, might as well embrace it and go all in. You know, that I think that's a long answer to
okay.
your question.
That's all good. Yeah.
But what about yourself? I'm coming to the point of like, all right, I'm owning this.
Yeah. Why am I owning this? Because it feels good. I think it just, creating feels good in general. I think when I start to bring attention to what I create, I think that's when I'm like, oh God, like all the anxiety and like the crippling, like fear and but like I've been creating most of my life. You know what I'm saying? And while I might not be the best based on whoever standards, because everybody's standards is different.
Right.
I know I'm getting better to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love seeing what I can create. I love creating. Like I can't help it. Like whether I'm planning something or trying to create a day, or whether I'm trying to write a poem, like, you know, I'll be asleep and wake up in the middle of the night and have a song that I need to write. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, experimenting with music. You know what I'm saying? Challenging myself to write poems and, you know, stories and finishing them. You know, it feels so good to create. And I think I want to see what would happen. You know, I have hopes because, you know, it would be less painful if I failed, if like I didn't have any hopes or aspirations. Yeah. And I have hopes and aspirations, but I think I just want to see like if I really put my focus and energy into creating, you know, for fun, but also like for something bigger, like what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why I keep creating. Yeah. It feels good, and I want other people to feel. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily good, but whatever my art makes them feel. I want them to feel something. Right. And, you know, I feel like sometimes art can communicate something that words can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. I think it's true.
You know, or even words in a song or like a chord or something a chord can say something sometimes. It makes you like, oh, like, did you feel that? Like, you feel the pain without them even having to say anything, you know? So I love that art can do that, you know? So,
No, I think that's cool. That's cool.
All right. And on to our third and final segment.
Section.
Which is the personal development.
Personal development.
You're supposed to go back again.
Oh. Oh, dang, I messed it up.
Personal development.
All right.
We're going to talk about friends.
How
many of us have them? Friends. Ones you can't depend on. Friends. Nah, but Jamiel, I think you have really, really good friends. I think your friends are really, really amazing.
Thanks.
And I love them. And I love them for loving you.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. I'm grateful for my friends.
Yay.
Yeah. I'm grateful.
Cry. It's okay.
No,
I'm kidding.
I'm not going to cry.
Kidding.
I just think of, there are a lot of people in the world, just in general. Like,
okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, really, statistically, if you think about it, there are a lot of people in the world.
There are.
And there are a lot of people that you could potentially be friends with.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a reason that your friends that are like your real friends, your good friends, people that are close to you. And I'm not talking just like good associates things like that, but your friends, like people who are really there that have had the opportunity to experience pieces of your soul. Yeah. And like, you know, in reverse.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of them.
Yeah, no.
And you don't need a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm grateful for those people in my life. Because again, there are a lot of people in the world. The reason I say that is because that means we've met a lot of people.
Yeah, we have.
There's a reason that the people that you have met and that who like stick around and are there and that are lined up with you and that are those good friends, those confidants in your life, they're there for a reason.
Yeah. Because
I mean, if you just think about it regionally, where I grew up isn't far from where you grew up.
Nah.
But I didn't know you.
No.
Until maybe I didn't know you existed.
Yeah.
Until
okay.
I'm saying, but 8 years ago.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
But we grew up.
Yeah.
Less than
20 minutes.
Less than 20 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
And in that, I don't know, how far do you think Hyattsville is from Upper Marlboro?
I would say 20, 25, depending on traffic.
So
maybe, okay, I'll say, to be safe, maybe 30.
Okay, 30
I don't think it's 30 minutes.
No, it's not 30 minutes.
It's 20 minutes.
All right, yes, 20 minutes. So then I don't know, driving, maybe 15 miles?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Sure, we'll guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say 15 miles.
There's a lot of stop and go in Hyattsville.
Yeah. So we'll say 15, 20 miles, maybe. Mm-hmm. That radius. Yeah. There are a lot of people who live in that.
Yeah, there are.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
But now I've met you and we've got married.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah.
But
random.
Right, yeah. But in the time of 29 years of my life, I've met lots of people.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Yeah.
Inside and outside of this 20-mile radius.
Yeah.
Of Hyattsville, Maryland, for me specifically. And now I have a core group of friends that I hold on to that I'm grateful for. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a big deal. And I don't know. That was just a little tangent. I think we might need to think about that. Just in general, as people in general, just think about the people who really are in your life. Because, of course, there are certain people you can't do anything about. Your family, you can't, like... You're born, you're there, you're with them. You know, that
right.
This is biologically, you can't really do anything about it. And the baby was like, I'm done with them. I'm leaving. No, that's not happening. Like
gathering my things.
Right. You have to deal with those people.
Yeah.
You know, and if, Lord willing, those people are kind to you and good to you. You know, they're that first group of potential friends is your family. But outside of that, all of these random people that you meet, and then that there are a handful of people, really a handful, maybe two handfuls of people that have this impact, and you have an impact on their lives.
Yeah.
And you continue to build a relationship. That's an amazing thing. That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
I think what stuck out to me when you say like pieces of your soul, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I think there's one part of ourselves that we present to like the general public.
Right.
And it's very like, surface or even if it's deep, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but those people who see like pieces, like almost like every facet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like those are the people. Like, so what is your definition of friend? I think my definition and your definition may vary.
You go first, because I feel like you have a better definition of friend.
I think friend is general for me. Like I take friendship very seriously.
Right. Yeah.
So even if it's a surface level friendship, I feel like there are things I don't do, things I still cherish. Okay. I cherish interactions with people I have, right?
Right.
Interactions I have with people.
Yeah.
And whether we talk every day, once a year, whatever, like everything in between.
Yeah.
Those little segments of time are like little friendship times, right?
Okay.
Like they're little, little capsules of amazingness.
Yeah.
And then, when I call someone my friend, like I say it jokingly, like, oh yeah, they're my friend. Like if they're nice to me, oh, they're my friend. Or like if I find someone interesting, oh, that's my friend, But I think the real friend, I trust them. I trust them. I love them. Not that you have to love only your friends, but I trust them. I love them. I wouldn't mind hanging with them or talking to them one-on-one without feeling weird.
Yeah.
And there's a sense of vulnerability there too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think a friend is somebody you're willing to invest in. And not necessarily invest in as in like, oh, I'm about to get something back from this. Yeah. But invest in is like, no, I enjoyed them and I want to give them my time, my resources, my energy. Yeah. And not necessarily look for something in response. But I think also part of that is there's this mutual agreement as you develop a friendship that you respect that. Yeah. You respect that mutual investment. Yeah. Because I think a good friend is going to go both ways.
Absolutely.
And it's not to say I do something for you now you owe me.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give me something back.
Thing.
But it's like, no.
Yeah.
You mutual agreement, you know, like, I have this camaraderie or relationship with you based off of a variety of things. Like, friends come out of no place, but it's usually based off of something. There's usually one commonality that we share. You know, we're talking in the last segment about art. A lot of my friendships have been created either related to art or really art or faith. Those are the big ones that started, and they've expounded and gotten bigger and deeper and wider from there. The part of that relationship and that friendship is like, I'm going to invest in you, and I understand that if you need something, I'm going to be there for you.
And also understanding that those like, while it might be mutual, in some seasons, I'm pouring more into you than you are to me, and that's fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, you might not have anything to give me. You know what I mean? And I don't need anything. Like, I can just, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, when you can get there in your relationship where you're like, oh, I've been pouring into this person and they're not pouring into me. I'm not looking for you to, because when the roles are reversed, and I know that you're going to be there. Right. You know what I'm saying? For me. So, yeah. Yeah,
no, I think that's important. There's a level of respect there. So, kind of touching on it's not one-sided. So, if we're spending time and investing in one another, there's a level of respect that you respect my ideas and thoughts as much as I respect your ideas and thoughts. So, if we're talking about stuff, or we're sharing, if we're, as I mentioned, you know, pieces of our soul, I'm going to respect your soul. I'm going to respect that. Okay, I'm listening. I'm pouring myself out to you. And if and when you want to do the same, I will listen. Yeah. And, you know, I will be there for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been having a little trouble in that department lately. I set the record straight. I have amazing friends. I have some of the best, if not the best friends in the world. A lot of them from, like, one of my best friends is from middle school. I met him in middle school, and we're still, like, besties to this day. A lot of my other friends I met in middle school. A few in middle school, actually, and in high school. And through all the changes and everything like that, like, we're still, like, really, really close. And I met I also met some friends in college. And, you know, through the organization I joined. Some of them were from my chapter, from my campus, and some were from other places in other states. I met a lot of people that live in other states now. And I would consider them to be closer than the people I actually, like, crossed with, you know, and people, some people that I actually went to school with. And recently, it's just in this weird, like, you know, but, like, this transition. Not even transition. I guess it's a transitional season. You know, I like to say season. But this transitional period in my life where I'm realizing, you know, these group of people that I thought were, like, my, like, close core people who are for me, I'm finding out they actually were not. A lot of that had to do with how they were treating me and their response to me responding to how they were treating me. It's like, if someone slaps you in your face, if I slap you in your face, and you tell me that hurt, I can react in one of many ways. One of them being like, oh, snap, I didn't know that hurt you. I won't do that anymore. Oh, I did do that to hurt you. I also won't do that anymore because I need to figure out how to better deal with my feelings. Or, like, I can say, which has been the case for me, oh, you shouldn't be complaining about that pain. Shouldn't you be over that by now? Like, I slapped you 5 minutes ago. It shouldn't still hurt. What? Not even reconciling or saying sorry or, you know, admitting that you did it wrong. But within this group of people, it was just kind of manipulative. It was very, I don't know, manipulative, I feel like, is the best word to use. It's a lot of groupthink. And I think because I wanted to face issues head on, they weren't ready. And for whatever reason, you know, they weren't ready. And they basically, like, pushed me out. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to deal with their crap. You know, and, like, I'm still mourning that relationship with that group of people. You know, and it's off and on. And, you know, they would make you feel crazy about mourning a relationship. It's like, does that mean that relationship meant more to me? Like, so what tips do you have for, like, mourning a friendship?
Wow.
If you have any. If someone is in a
real
situation.
Dr. Phil, real quick.
Did I? Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Because, I mean, for me, the only what I've been doing is like taking it one day at a time. Yeah. And for a while I was doing okay. Like I was fine. I didn't really care because I'm just, I mean, in the beginning it really hurt. It hurt like hell. Like, it hurt really, really, really bad. Yeah. And, but it took me severing that relationship to kind of heal a little bit and realize they actually weren't for my good or for me in the first place, you know? And so I took it every day. But then something happened where, like, all of them were together, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And, you know, somebody else was kind of like, oh, it's, you all are complete. Almost like I'm missing and nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. And no one cares to rectify the situation or, like, better it. Yeah. And I think that adds another layer, because it's like, well, did I not mean anything at all? Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I value my friendships more than, like, anything. Like, my, like, even when I was dating, my friendships came first. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was taking it day by day, but there's no like, we always talk about mourning relationships in terms of, like, romantic relationships. But we don't never talk about, like, mourning, and maybe we don't have to talk about it today, but, like, mourning, like, friendships. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that heartbreak, because that hurts worse than romantic relationships a lot of times, you know, because these people have seen a side of you that you don't even present to your romantic partners. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's true. They know your ins and outs. Yeah. Like, they know you're naked. They know your weaknesses. They've been there through, like, some of the hard times with those romantic relationships. Right. And then they, you know, cut the knife in deeper than them. Like, so, I mean, do you have any experience with any of that? If not, that's great.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think for me, a lot of my childhood, I was really a loner. And maybe still am to some degree, which I think makes me really examine friendships in general. Even looking at my relationships, my friendships, and also looking at the ones and stuff that you're dealing with and the experiences that you deal with. As a loner or a person that, you know, may claim that title of or the idea, you don't always question or really look at friendships in the same light, because as a loner, you feel like, I'm good. I don't really need to be around people. I don't really need this depth of relationship. A lot of times loners are like, I'm good by myself. But as time goes on, I think if you're really being honest with yourself, you realize that you need people. You need people to be around you. Oh, yeah. And again, you compare your experiences with other people. You see friendships, you see what they look like. Yeah. You see how they impact your life, how they impact other people's lives. And even if you are a loner, as a quote unquote loner, I still know I have at least 2 or 3 good friends. Yeah, you do. You know? Yeah. And maybe that's all I'll need. I have many more, but maybe that's all I need. Some people, I think, are just designed differently. Some people are like relationships, friendships. They, you know, they need people. They really want to be and interact with people. So in regards to, like, mourning relationships, I think the best advice is always to just be honest. Yeah. Like, you need to start with being honest with yourself. Yeah. And if you can, depending on the relationship, you know, be honest with those people.
If you can.
If they're
willing to listen.
Yeah, if they're willing to listen, because that might not always be the case, and you can't wait on another party to heal. Yeah. Or you can't wait on somebody else to play their part for you to be better.
Yeah. I think in that situation, just, you know, and I've heard it from other people too. Like, people will cheer for you and stuff like that, and stand for you, standing up for yourself. But when it comes to you standing up to them, then they have a problem, right? Then it's like, oh no, you're taking it too far. And it's like, no, like, you're not perfect, sis. You know what I mean? And I'm not perfect either, and I don't pretend to be. But I think the difference between them and me is that I'm actually open to taking criticism, open to having a conversation, versus them. And we're talking about a relationship that's been 8 years long. You know what I'm saying? And we're not just talking about, like, surface relationships. Yeah. But also, I don't to your point, I don't even think that it's like people feel like, oh yeah, I need relationships, I need people. When I make room, like how I said before with romantic relationships, when I make room for you, like, in my sacred space.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because without you, if I don't know you, I'm not sad without you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I make room for you and this is your like area and you don't respect it and you don't respect me, you're gonna feel that void. You're gonna feel that emptiness. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that you're waiting on them to heal. It's just that you have an 8-year open space.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you made that investment.
Right. That wasn't left in good condition.
Right.
But that was trash. So you have to heal it and then you have to close it off too. Right. It's just, and some people are like, they love throwing people away. I've never been that kind of person.
Yeah.
Like, again, if I call you my friend, we're going to work out our issues.
Right.
Like, it's not I'm over it. I'm throwing you. Because then it makes me, were you my friend in the first place?
Right. Yeah.
Did I have any value to you at all?
Right. Yeah.
For you to just kind of, but I think this generation is so keen on, you're toxic, you're done, you're canceled, like, I don't think that's how God intended us to interact with people in general. I feel like, yes, if you are being abused or mistreated and you try to approach the situation and nothing's changing, leave. That's what I had to do in my situation, right? Like, because y'all are hell-bent on mistreating me and I can't do it. I'm not well with you. So, like, but I also think people are afraid of conflict.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if not afraid, then it's like, conflict. There should almost like friendship should be smooth sailing, should be peanut butter the entire time. It's like, no.
Yeah.
You're people. You're going to disagree. Yeah. You have two totally different opinions, upbringings, all that stuff. My issue has always been, how do you deal with that conflict?
Right.
If you get, using air quotes, petty on me, if you, cuss me out, if you block me, you know what I'm saying? That shows more about you than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could literally, you have my phone number. You have, if I offend you, let me know. Like, ain't nobody mind reading, and I almost find it immature, very immature, to like throw someone away without making any, efforts to kind of whatever.
No, I can agree with that. Like, listening to what you're saying, I think there are different ways to maintain a relationship, and there's also different ways to end relationships. I think in regards to maintaining one, it should be mutual. Yeah. That, hey, I'm continuing to invest in this relationship. Right. And I'm understanding you're continuing to invest in this relationship. Right. If it gets to a point where it's not like that, either way, like somebody doesn't want to invest anymore or whatever, I think it's probably healthy to try to discuss why. Yeah. Because in regards to toxic people, because air quotes toxic. Yeah, air quote, because that is kind of a
buzzword,
buzzy, trendy kind of thing. It's like, and you're not
right. Like, just side note, I tweeted this. I forget. I might not get word for word, but like, just because they're challenging you on your thought or your actions does not make them toxic.
Right. Yeah.
You should be challenged. Yeah. And you should consider that challenge. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Toxic is like being manipulative, that's being abusive, like all the above. Right. But someone challenging you on like being better and doing better is not toxic. Yeah. You're toxic to yourself. Yeah. Like, that's like you're sick and someone handing you cough syrup and it don't taste good. Yeah. Cough syrup, but it helps you become better. I mean, depending on what you use when you're sick. Controversy. But like, like me giving you medication for your illness is not fun. Right. But it's necessary. Yeah. And I feel like in the same way, like iron sharpens iron. You think iron feels good? Like if we're constantly bumping, that hurts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's necessary. Yeah. But it doesn't make you toxic. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like people nowadays don't want they don't want to be better. I think that's the problem. Like they don't want to do better.
I think part of it, not necessarily that people don't want to be better, they just don't want to go through the process.
They don't want to do the work.
Yeah, they don't want to go through the process of getting better, because it's kind of working through stuff like that is hard. Yeah.
Okay. Put on your big girl panties, big boy panties.
Yeah. I agree, and I just think within our culture, it's I don't necessarily say it's frowned upon. But we can see that actually doing the work of developing people, developing relationships and things like that isn't valued as much.
Yeah, it's not.
Because I mean, if you think about it, a lot of our media and culture shows. If we look at stuff like reality TV and things like that,
and people really act like that.
Yeah, though. And then people see that stuff. and mimic it.
Yeah, they do.
So like if you think, just the thoughts that came to mind for me, and I don't watch that much TV now and in general, but I can think of shows that came out when we were younger and maybe for like our older siblings and stuff like that. And you have your sitcoms and things like that. There were aspects on that show from time to time that dealt with relationships. There were friends that like bickered back and forth. This friend was doing this or that. And you saw like there were values and things that you could pull from this show. You can pull from this entertainment that, hey, now I can put this into place. I have this friendship in my real life, you know, that I need to deal with. I can mimic this. If majority of the stuff that people are watching now is reality TV where people are just yelling at each other.
Right. Cussing people out.
Being
petty.
Right. Throwing people away and stuff.
Like
there's no
a badge of honor.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Why people are just recreating it.
Yeah.
Because there's not much value actually being pushed out.
Yeah.
To say, no, hey, this is really how we should deal with stuff. We need to sit down and talk about things.
Have a conversation.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation. Right. We don't need to go and, you know, troll somebody or go and like subtweet and sub post about all these people and stuff.
Too. Yeah, y'all gotta stop that. That's annoying.
Yeah, but if the content and the culture is pushing this idea of like, no, this is how we should act. This is real. This is real life. This is what people really should be doing compared to saying, no, like we need to sit down. We need to talk about this stuff. We need to figure it out. And one's easier than the other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's easier to throw fits. It's easier to just, I'm just going to express all of myself and not care what anybody else thinks. And if you're not on board, forget it.
Right.
Compared to like, no, I need to really sit and think about how I feel. I need to try to listen to see how you feel and figure out, all right, well, what did I do wrong and what can I change about it and stuff like that. That takes work. That takes continuing that investment.
And it takes humility.
Yeah. It takes humility.
A lot of people are lacking that. People are so set on being right.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you maintaining friendships when you're always right?
Yeah.
No. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm not challenged. I don't. There's no point. Yeah. Why am I? Or unless, you know, maybe the relationship is supposed to be me challenging you. But that should still be some sort of, you know, reflective, like, thinking that should be happening in relationship to somebody else.
Right.
But I don't understand. It's almost like what is valued, like what you were saying, what is valued is the trash. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep saying petty, and I keep saying this because somebody was saying this to me in a conversation. Yeah. Like it was something to be proud of. Yeah. Like I was like, you're immature. And they were like, no, I'm petty. And I'm like, is that better? Yeah. Like is that something you're really proud of? Yeah. Why? Yeah. You know, like that's something you really need to think about. Like I'm really trying to have a conversation with you and you can't stop for 5 minutes to have an adult conversation about a conflict because you are taking the energy. You're taking extra energy to create these memes or these like gifts you want to send me. Trying to be using air quotes petty and funny, and I'm like, literally that same energy you could have put in to actually having a conversation.
Right. No, I agree, and I'm gonna look. Sad. No, I'm gonna look up a definition real quick if I can. Yes.
No, sure.
No, because I mean, I know we've had conversations about that in regards to like petty and stuff like that, and just in general, like it seems that a lot of people are taking pride in a lot of new stuff. So I mean, maybe this can be for another discussion, but you know, people are like being proud about being ratchet and other things like that. But you know, I think it's important at times to really pay attention to the words that we're saying.
Oh yeah,
and that. Especially if it's things that we're claiming or identifying with ourselves. Yeah. So, like Merriam-Webster's definition of petty, of course, it's an adjective. But I'm gonna read the several definitions that are here. One is having secondary rank or importance. 2, having little or no importance or significance. Wow. 3, marked by or reflective of narrow interests and sympathies. Small-minded. So.
That hit the nail.
Yeah, I mean, and I think I've said this to you before. Maybe it's not my place to say it, but I think it's somewhat true. The same with the saying, you know, hurt people and stuff like that. I think petty people deserve petty things. So, I mean, if we're going to, based off of the definition, if we're going to revel in insignificant and not important things, that's what you're pouring out. Yeah. What do you think you're going to get back? Yeah. Why would you want to own the identity of, if you're saying, yeah, I'm just a petty person, I am an insignificant, small-minded person, lower ranking. Why would you want that? And I mean, of course, you know, we've had conversations about different things. I think it's the work of the enemy trying to jack people up in general. But that shouldn't be something to be proud about. Yeah, no. Why would you want to? That's embarrassing. Why would you want to be proud?
That's shameful.
Proud about being that kind of person. Yeah.
And it almost, but it says to you like, oh yeah, I can't think above these small things. Because when you think about people who are petty, in my mind, I'm like, you're so petty. Like I don't even say it out loud usually. I say it in my mind. It's usually someone who can't make a valid argument. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so say you and I are arguing. Yes. And I'll say something like, you ain't da 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 da, and you'll focus on me saying ain't. Yeah. Like somehow that makes me less than you, or like if I say a word wrong, that's why you can't even. That's petty to me because that means you can't even. First of all, you can't even focus on the conversation at hand. Right. You see what I'm saying? And also like you're majoring in a minor. Right. And something that's insignificant. Right. You're saying that your mind can't even process having an adult conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you're proud of that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, to bring it back to the. I'm sorry, we went on a tangent.
We did.
Petty and pettiness and stuff, but to bring it back to friendships. Yeah. To your original question about how to mourn relationships.
Yeah. We'll talk about happy friendships later. Oh yeah. Don't worry, guys. It's not just gonna be.
But I think being honest about it with yourself. Yeah. And also, if you have the opportunity to be honest with the person, I think also really trying your hardest to take an objective look at the relationship. Yeah. Because sometimes, because we have invested so much, we can miss what's really there. Yeah. Which can be really, really hard. We might have to ask other friends to tell us, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is the situation. Can you tell me what you think? Yeah. Can you tell me if you see something that I don't see? Right. Which, again, can be hard because it can be, sure, we talk about getting rid of toxic people and stuff like that and whatever. Blah, blah, blah. But if you can't take a step away and really see that, oh, this really is a toxic relationship, it'll be very difficult for you to take the next step, which can be either I keep investing and we try to figure out how to make this friendship be a friendship, because I think there are different levels of friendship. You can have I don't want to make this a thing, but you can have like your not shallow, but friendships. Surface. Surface kind of friendships. There's still a person that you care about, you still invest deeply into and stuff like that. But it's not the same as like your best friend. There's a spectrum there, you know. And once you identify, okay, this is how I honestly feel about it, I've shared it with the person. Now I can actually look at the relationship itself. You can, choose to say, all right, we're going to keep working on this and try to develop it. Maybe it doesn't need to be a best friend relationship. Maybe we can bring it down. And this is where we're good at. We can relate to this on this level and we're cool with it. This is our bond right here. Or, elevated or whatever. Or you can say, hey, maybe this just isn't a relationship we need to be in anymore. Like, we're going to separate ways and maybe we just cut it off. Or I think what happened for me in my life is just relationships just faded away. Yeah. Cut back on the investment. Yeah. It's like, I mean, maybe I don't have any like bad blood with you or anything like that, but you're going this way, I'm going this way. Yeah. Hey, if we see each other, cool. But I got other things to invest in. Yeah. And, over time, that friendship may turn into an acquaintanceship or whatever. That just happens sometimes. Everybody's in different stages in life. And then you have other relationships. It's like, nah, we really have to cut this off. Like we can't, you know, which I think was the case for you. It's just like, no, this isn't good. Like after I've taken a step back, after I've looked at the facts,
y'all
I've looked
not really for my good at all.
Right. After I've looked at all of the information, I see that no, I have to cut this off.
Literally, y'all go out your way to make it horrible for me.
Yeah.
Like and that's I think that's one of those acceptable things, like saying, okay, this is a toxic relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
because I tried. Like,
right. Yeah.
What else you want from me?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, once you identify that and the relationship's cut off, like you said, however long it is, if you made that investment, I think taking a step back, being honest with yourself, and really assessing the relationship. You can identify the good, but also...
And appreciate it.
Yeah, and appreciate it. You know, appreciate the friendship for the good that it was, but also be honest about why the relationship ended. Yeah. And accept it. Yeah. You know, really accept it. Like, that helps you to move on. Yeah. Instead of... Because a lot of times when things end, whether it's relationships, whether it's ideas, whether it's jobs, sometimes we look back on it with rose-colored glasses. It's like, wow, man, I really wish... Yeah. You know, and bringing it full circle, we think about college like that sometimes.
It wasn't real.
Right. You think about college like that sometimes. Like, wow, man, college is so amazing.
Yeah. Forget all the times you struggled and was crying.
Right. Or it's like, I hate this. I want to get out of this or whatever. When we look at it with rose-colored glasses instead of realizing, actually, I'm better off where I am now. This is actually good for where I am. And so being honest with yourself, being honest with the situation, and looking at the cold hard facts, the good and the bad, and just accepting it. Yeah. I think that helps you to move forward. That helps you to really mourn the relationship. And I think it also creates space for something new. Yeah. Because if you're continuing to hold on to what was or what you thought it was, your hands are kind of closed. Your heart is kind of closed for anything else, you know, that God may be bringing into your life. Yeah.
I also think it's okay to mourn. Like, please don't let nobody make you feel like, oh, you should be over it by now. Oh, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you're doing too much. Or no. I don't think there's anything wrong with you feeling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People will make you feel bad for feeling like it's a bad thing. Yeah. What?
I say that for the bros too. Like, just to say that, because I think when it comes to this kind of stuff, again, with our culture and reality TV, all this majority of the quote unquote drama that we see in reality TV is always women.
Careful.
No, I'm just saying that's just what it is. It's like it's majority of it's always women. Yeah. And so
men go through the same thing.
Yeah. And it's just like there's this idea, and it's a cultural deep thing.
Especially Black culture.
Yeah, that men aren't supposed to have that kind of stuff. Men aren't supposed to have feelings.
Y'all don't mourn.
Emotions and stuff like that. And then like, F that dude. Whatever. I'm good without him. Yeah, like whatever. What? Yeah, or like, however it ends. Yeah. And sure, how we communicate and how we deal with stuff is different.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, if you need to mourn a relationship and
mourn it.
It's okay to emote. It's okay to be honest about yourself, to be honest about this or that, and really taking some time to look at the facts. Yes. Because it's necessary. Yeah. Like, you don't want to sit around holding on to things. Yeah. No. It's not good.
And, if you feel good today and tomorrow you feel bad again, that's a process. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's healing. Because I think for me, like, I felt bad. I was like, why am I not over this yet? Right. It's like, no, like, it comes in waves. You know what I'm saying? Like, one day I will get up and be like, oh, I'm good. Because you know why? It's happened before. You know what I mean? Like, with other people, but right now, if it's still tender, like, let it be tender. Like, don't force it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't get up and move if you're still healing. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and if your friends don't make you feel good about venting or healing, go somewhere else. Yeah. Because that's not a place for you to heal. Yeah. And I think for them, that's what I had to do. Yeah. Because I have amazing friends. Yeah. But I think focusing on them made me feel like I was worthless, made me feel like nobody loved me, nobody cared about me, that I was just a burden. Yeah. But I have other people, you know what I'm saying, who never make me feel like that. Yeah. It's always a safe space. Yeah. And vice versa. Like, they can come to me and it's a safe space. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, who never make me feel less of a person because I'm hurt. Yeah. Because I'm hurting. And that my hurting And my hurting doesn't make them uncomfortable because it's inconvenient. Right. It's like they're honored to be inconvenienced by me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In the same way, I'm honored that you would even come to me and tell me. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was our friend corner.
It was...
Yay. What?
Yeah, no, like you said, we do have good friends, though.
We have amazing friends.
We have good friends.
Our friends are amazing. Shout out to y'all. We love you.
Yeah, and friendship is
Maybe
important.
You're listening to this.
Maybe. Friendship is important. Yeah. So, hold on to the good ones.
Yes.
And invest
Cherish
in them.
them. Tell them you love them.
Yeah.
And why you love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because not everybody got good friends.
Not everybody's got good friends.
And that makes me very sad.
Yeah.
And I'll be your friend. Hit me up.
And you really don't need a lot of friends.
Yeah, no.
That's one thing, and I know we're wrapping it up. Yeah. But I do remember going from like high school and to college and stuff like that as advice from my parents, which maybe other people have heard. It's like, you don't need that many friends. Like, you really, just in life in general, you probably only really have like max 2 to 3 super good friends.
Okay.
Like super good friends.
Yeah.
Because you got good friends, and then you got your super good friends.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
In real life, we don't need a lot.
It's true.
We really don't need a lot. It's true.
And it doesn't negate, just to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes people are like, when you're mourning a relationship, people are like, oh, you don't need them, whatever. Right, but no, it's not negating that it hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you thought those were your few good friends
or
one of the few good friends, So, yeah. But, yeah, it is true. It is true.
Yeah, but thank you guys for listening to another episode of...
Yes, thank you. No one knows what they're doing.
Yeah, if you guys have any thoughts about any of the stuff that we discussed today, let us know.
Or any tips on healing or your stories, too.
Right,
I love stories, so we love stories.
Yeah.
So please share.
Yeah, share it and let us know.
Yeah, and if there's anything you want us to, talk about or, check out, let us know.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yes.
We'll figure out a way for y'all to contact us.
Yeah. But if not, you can, what's your stuff?
Yes. So, again, my name is Alecia Renece. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter at Alecia Renece, ALECIA RENECE, all one word. And then on Facebook, I'm Alecia Renece, the artist. So, yeah.
Cool. And I'm J. Calloway Pinckney, or Jamiel Calpin. You can find me on the interwebs at Twitter, Instagram. If you're on Facebook, you can Facebook me, but I don't really like Facebook.
It's a little dry.
Right, it's a little dry. So, but on Twitter is JamCalpin, at JamCalpin. On Instagram is at JamCalpin _.
Yes.
And on Facebook, you can just find me. I think it's Jamiel Calloway Pinckney. I think it's my full name.
Yes.
Yeah,
and you can also follow us on Instagram at Fox and Miles, and that's FOXN as in Nancy, M as in Miles, ILES.
Yes.
Yeah.
So until next time. Hope you guys continue to be blessed and great.
Yes. And amazing.
And amazing.
And wonderful.
And wonderful.
And luxurious.
Okay. All right. See you guys.
See you.